Tell you what, Chad, I want to get right down to business tonight. No waiting or stalling or anything like that. Let's get down to business, damn it. Well, F1 video game playing leading to Wreckfest. I mean, we play Wreckfest a couple times a year. You gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. You gotta be patient until we win ourselves a goddamn thing. I'm not afraid to, I am afraid to say what the thing is, but you know what the thing is, and we weren't really close to winning it this year, but we did finish our season at 7-6. We do have new renaming to do, which we'll see what happens on that front. Bring your A game tonight, chat. But before then, as we cap off the 2020s, we head into 2030. I don't think I've ever done a franchise that's lasted this long. We now have a career record over 17 seasons at Wyoming, which isn't even crazy, right? Like we said hello earlier to twitch.tv/Tiger Justin. And Justin's a good guy and a good streamer. And he's like 40 plus years into one of his dynasties where he just jumps around from program to program. It's fucking nuts. We're 17 years in, and I want to pull out whatever hair I have left because we haven't won a national title. I said the word. But we do have a great bowl record all time. If I am not mistaken, we were 3-3. Now we're 12-3. We have a winning record all time against the top 25. Our prestige is ridiculous. We did struggle. We did struggle this year, but we made it in the end. And now hopefully this subsequent season will be that much better. I hope, as Mike Tressel has retired as a coach. He was our defensive coordinator once upon a time. And Ryan Lindley is out at Notre Dame, as we are rumored for that job, but that's not going to happen. Imagine living in Wyoming for 17 years. Hold on. So, really quickly. Benefits of living in Wyoming. Is there anything? Hold on. 10 pros and cons of living in Wyoming. All right, redfin.com. Ana de Guzman, you wouldn't lie to me. I mean, that is very beautiful. You can't deny that. It is pretty. Pros, low cost of living. That's because nobody fucking lives there. So that makes sense. An abundance of outdoor recreational opportunities. That's also fair because no one fucking lives there. These first two both describe Maine as well. Spectacular natural beauty. That also describes Maine. No state income tax. Okay, they got us beat there. Then they also have moose. Diverse wildlife. That describes Maine as well. So most of this, you're not selling me on moving from where I live now. Honestly. Harsh winters and cold weather. I got that in abundance. In abundance. Shout out to Holt, by the way, for the 7 months as we try to figure out if it's worth moving to Wyoming. Limited cultural and entertainment options. I thought we were still in the positives. That's in the negative. That's fair. Limited public transportation. That's also fair. Wind can be hard to adjust to. And many small cities. You could literally just change. Hold on. I want to see. Pros and cons to living in Maine. Ha! It's by the same person. How many of these are going to transfer over? There's no fucking way. All I had to do was change it over to Maine. Local fresh seafood. I mean, that's true. Comfortable summer weather. Ha. 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 You're funny. 1, depends on where. 2, no. That's a lie. Mostly. Beautiful natural landscapes. See, just like Wyoming. Coastal living. Coastal living is good as someone who lived on the coast for a very, very long time. Diverse range of outdoor. See, I'm telling you. Negatives, high property tag. That's very fucking true. Isolated locations. That's a positive. I live in the middle of nowhere. It's fucking great. I don't have to deal with people. It's fucking awesome. If I want to deal with people, I go to places. If I don't want to deal with people, I just stay home, and it's great. Frigid winters, that's true. Limited job opportunities, also true. Lack of public transportation, also true. There's a lot of crossover between where I'm living now and potentially living in Wyoming. Maine and Wyoming are the same place, basically. Anyway, coaching changes. coaching changes. You could run in your underwear outside. Nobody. I have 100% gotten my mail naked. Is that true or false? You'll never know. It's true. Really quickly, head coach. Not too worried about a lot of other jobs at this point because I mean, yeah, we're 17 years into this. Although Ryan Lindley went all the way to George South. Shout out. There's no rules. Put your shirt on. There's one rule. Ox, I'm glad you used the bits for that, by the way. I'm not too worried about the changes. I don't think we didn't have any changes either, the coordinators or anything. So that's great. We still have a shit defensive coordinator. Our walk-on punter wants to leave. Holy shit. All right, well, really quickly, let's go over the team here, shall we? At quarterback, we say goodbye to Girthquake. Unfortunately, won a Heisman in 2028, but his 2029 was a fucking disaster. He cost himself so much money. So much goddamn money by not going pro after winning the Heisman. It was a disastrous season. It ended in a foot fracture. Just what a tale of two seasons. A tale of two seasons. At running back, we say goodbye to someone else, please, and Toothy Oral. Two former quarterbacks turned running back. Wide out, are you able to use numbers? Has also graduated. And of course, a tight end. We salute one of the best names we have had so far. Conway, Big Twitty Goth Girlfriend. Just, we'll miss you. Tremendous name. On the offensive line, Geo Gesser. Fook me, fook you, who's apparently going pro. Right guard's Chinese name and fuck London. And right tackle, four fingies, no thumbs. A lot of O-line talent leaving. On the defensive side of things, but I never win. And Fufida on the way out, as well as Sharpshooter Slim and my friend Flea Flicka. Oh man, in terms of the names, we're losing so much name quality. Defensive tackle, lights on, no one's home. We're losing so much name quality. It wasn't me, it was the cat. Gonna be a first round pick. Middle linebacker, nobody on the right hand side. Dumb mistake made here. At corner, gay icon George Washington. 07s for the gay icon himself. George Washington. Mr. President. Mr. President. At safety, Swamp Nil Winklesass is gone, as is the greatest kicker of all time. Holy shit. 24 attempts, 24 successes. Taco Tuesday. The man we needed this whole time. The Justin Tucker of college football. His longest kick was 45 yards. Unbelievable. We love that man. And of course, our punter walk-on wants to go to Old Dominion. We're going to let him go because we brought in two kickers this year anyway. So a good amount of talent that we are leaving or losing again. A good amount of talent that's leaving overall. Not easy to lose a former Heisman winner, but based off of the season he had, it makes it a little bit easier. Won't have any transfer requests. And yeah, I mean, recruitment-wise, we're already good to go. So quick and easy with 25 new recruits. I'm a little bit surprised we did not get a new defensive coordinator, but, you know, that is what it is. Am I sticking the no raffle? Is the raffle happening? I might go no raffle and just have people drop names in chat all at the same time and then pick my favorites. That might be the way to do it. Might be the way to do it. So our recruitment class was ranked 71st, as to be expected, but who was number one? Ohio State. Son of a bitch. The rich get richer. Oh, the rich get richer. Dude, Navy was 12th. Jesus. Okay. Well, we get to position changes. This could be fairly interesting again. We're actually going to start at the back, where we do have these 2 new kickers. We're going with accuracy for our kicker from now on, above power. So Luke Wood will end up being the punter, and Travis Dennis is going to be our kicker. For the secondary, Yu-Gi-Oh fan, I might move to linebacker. I mean, he's not going to be as good, but unless someone has the preferred speed. I mean, Buckshot Billy, you should get a +1 in speed. The other guy is not going to get a +2, but he should get a +1. Bolly, what's going on, by the way? How goes it? In the secondary, Hargrove should eventually get a +1 by the time you start. Also a bug kid. Jesus Christ, you would be terrible. I guess we have no choice but to leave you in the secondary. Tim Jones. Oh my god. Alright, he could be a wide receiver, shockingly. But you're also not as fast as I'd prefer. Honestly, I don't really care, actually. I don't really care. If you don't hit the threshold that I've set, then you don't hit the threshold. Good day, sir. You lose. So on and so forth. As it is, we're looking fine when it comes to the secondary this year. In terms of our numbers, most of these guys, of course, will just end up moving back, but just in case. So we're looking good there. Linebacker-wise, we got to move Maurice Douglas to the defensive line. How we fuck this up, probably will end up having that 90 speed, but you don't for now, so fuck you. Holy linebackers, though. Whew. That is a lot of linebackers. That's a lot of linebackers. Yikes. Well, at least we know what positions we'll be cutting people from, I suppose. On the O-line... Uh-oh. Alright. We're looking a little bit rough in terms of the depth on the offensive line. Let's see if we can survive this. Do we have at least 10 people? We're probably going to end up with 2 walk-ons on the O-line, unless somebody on the defensive line can be decent. A-squared as well. Hello? Anybody else I might have missed a hello to? Hello? I hope you are doing well. Better than this situation's looking for me. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, we are, yeah, okay. Okay. Is what it is. Is what it is. Right. We're going to move you to running back for the moment. Watched you for a couple of years now, and this year's been one of your favorites. Well, I'm glad it's been one of your favorites, because it's been one of mine. I've had a lot of fun with this. I do wish I had started this before the Navy run. Not that I didn't have fun with the Navy run, but... I mean, this has been something. That's the way to describe it. It's been something. Alright, so... wide receiver situation, all the speed there. 96 speed for Drew Williams. You're definitely going to wide receiver. Okay, and then everybody else will sort out who's going to fullback, who's going to tight end. And then we have our 3 quarterbacks, including Zach Young, Toe, and sizable matriarch. In terms of the athletes, we're going to have to figure something out there, too. Toe's best position, easily quarterback. What about matriarch? Easily quarterback, and then the other guy is going to be a quarterback as well, right? Do you think sports leagues like the NHL, I mean, NCAA, pro rel? I mean, I like pro rel systems. It's never going to happen. Like, it's just never going to happen at the NHL level, right? I think it'd be really fun. You know, the idea of, like, here's the Milwaukee Admirals. They're replacing the Arizona Coyotes, and the Coyotes go down to the AHL. That'd be really fun. That'd be really, really fun. It's just, it's never going to happen. It'd be awful to business, would be awesome to entertain. That's fair. I mean, yeah, I'd love if it actually happened, but no chance in hell. No shot. All right, so the athletes here. Jeff Harrison, 98 speed. Running back, wide receiver, or in the secondary. So it's wide receiver or secondary based off of that speed. That is outrageous. Holy shit, this guy is rapid. He's a sophomore as well. Whew. Making a factor in farm teams. So that's why it would never happen for the NHL. It would just completely change the entire outlook of hockey. It would just never happen. So it's a big fight at my soccer game today, which led to 6 players getting suspended, including me. I got 2 games. What a lad. That's my only response. What a lad. 70 catching. He could be a wideout. That's not too bad. Let's see. The issues with the MLB. Yes. NHL jerseys is going to be fucking terrible. If the Fanatics jerseys have been terrible for baseball, they're going to be even worse for hockey. So let's see. Gabe Moyer can be a quarterback. Collier can be a quarterback. Kane cannot. Stratton cannot. So for either of you two that could technically be quarterbacks, I mean, this guy has no throw power but good accuracy. This guy at least has good throw power at an 86. So Collier can't be a quarterback, but Gabe Moyer could be. The problem for Moyer, he's never going to play because Zach Young is there too. Zach Young can't move anywhere else. So we won't move Moyer there either. So no quarterbacks out of the bunch. That means Moyer's either a running back, a wide receiver. Could technically be a member of the secondary, but he's a running back or a wide receiver based off his speed. He'll be a running back. Robert Collier, running back, wide receiver, or a member of the secondary. For the moment, we'll go running back as well. Franklin Kane, running back, wide out. He's a weird player. He doesn't get that good. Hawks with the 5er. I have a fun name, Lamau. Will remind me that you have a fun name when the time comes. 91 speed, so either a 65 wide out or decent in the secondary. What the hell is your catch rating? 68? Oh, hold on. What the hell was that? 17. Juke rating, spin move. Okay, yeah. No, 23 elusiveness, 19 trucking. Congratulations, Franklin. You're a defender. And then Corey Stratton, running back, wide receiver, or secondary. We'll go running back as well, just for the moment. So Harrison, with that speed, it was wide out or in the secondary. 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got plenty of numbers. Plenty of numbers. We could really use him to bolster up the wideouts. I mean, this guy could be unbelievable as a wide receiver. So that's exactly where he's heading. So we have our 3 quarterbacks. Running back situation, we need to figure out who can play fullback and tight end out of this group. So let's see, a 68 for Romaine, 48. Moyer's only a 53. Low places. Lettuce going to get moved over. Wilson not good enough. Chara could be there. Bacon wrap could certainly be there. Anybody else? Wheat's not going to move over. Doherty's not going to move over. Looks like most of these guys will be hanging around here. Arkadelphia moves over. Hot Dog moves over, and Sacrilege just moves over. So we're not going to need this many running backs. Obviously, certain people are going to get cut. That is what it is. There would be an argument for moving certain people either to the wide receiver spots or to the secondary if you're Stratton. Stratton and Collier could both go to the secondary, and what Cody said could go to wide out. Let's do that. Move you over. You two are off to the secondary. That leaves us, again, not with the strongest running game on paper, but I'm okay with that. So then fullback, tight end splits. Another interesting one. Leave these two as fullbacks because they're the slowest. The guys with 80 speed are off to the tight end position. And the big question will be... So Sacrilegious could be... He and Hot Dog actually both could be on the offensive line. Bacon Wrapped Finger could be... All of these guys could be on the offensive line, except for Friends in Low Places. Geometrically to Chara and Romaine Lettuce. Right. I only had 8. I only had 8 there. I need 2 more people. It makes sense then. Just move Sacrilegious over. Move Goddamn Hot Dog to the offensive line as well. And then for the tight ends, we'll move Friends in Low Places and Geometrically to Chara over. A lot of seniors, but that is okay. We will make it work. I'm a little bit worried about how slow he is. We'll actually move him back. Want to make Sacrilegious tackle? Hey, I might have to. 2 fullbacks, got the very, very speedy wide receivers. 3 tight ends, 2 of whom are juniors. Offensive line. As we try to sort this out and actually have a decent amount of depth here. Although that is not looking too promising. It is looking a little bit better. All right, cool. So you get moved to right tackle. You get moved to right tackle as well. I think we're going to have the numbers for this. +4 for Obwama. +4 for Lee Smith. We'll move Revolver over. Blind's a +4. Not Blind. Religious is a +2. Let's move you over. And Goddamn Hot Dog's a +3. Let's move... There we go. Offensive line might end up being weaker than it has been in a long time. That is a little bit scary. But we still haven't seen the training camp results yet, so we can't worry too much. All right, there we go. Offensive line looking okay. We are going to need... Holy shit, I forgot how many frickin' linebackers there were. Yu-Gi-Oh fan, we might as well move to the secondary. Based off of kind of minimum speed threshold that we had before, we might as well just move certain people back over. Including these 2. Alright. So let's see where we stand in terms of linebacker depth. And we're going to have a lot of people in the secondary as well. I would like to think we're going to have a lot of people to cut. Laskanik is a -1. Yerlon's a +2. Teeth is a -1. Harvey's a +1. Pretzel Spine stays the same. Russ is a -1. Morgan stays the same. Tear stays the same. Huckleberry drops. Dundee is up by 1. And Tim Jones, we'll move him over. That's fine. All right. That works for me. What do we have here? Key rear end sticks around. Cleveland Rock's only a +2. Brooks and Dunn only a +1. Caro's only a +1. McGroin's a -5. Hargrove's a +2. Bug Kid a +1. Collier a +2. A big shout out to Darkside Bane for the follow. Welcome in, my back-breaking overlord. Alright, as expected, the lowest rated dudes are going to be the ones that get moved over. Holy hell, did we end up with a lot of people in the secondary. Sheesh. +4 for Franklin Kane. That's good enough to move him over. This is outrageous. The Fun Guy was only a +1. Stratton's a +3. Honestly, for a +3. What the hell? How the hell did we end up with so many people? Shout out to AJ, by the way. The 60 months. I did see the triple car finish for the NASCAR side of things. I am emotionally, though, I felt nothing. I felt absolutely nothing. That's how you know my NASCAR fandom is done. Emotionally, I felt absolutely nothing. I'm dead inside. What can I say? We just double check this, that we don't end up with a million bajillion safeties. It's pretty obvious what positions we'll end up having to cut people from. So let's see. Toogs is a -1. Fuck this up stays the same. Makar drops badly. Billy drops badly. Old School gets better by 1. Oh, Borvac gets better by 1. I'll fuck anybody. Yu-Gi-Oh fan in there. Stratton stays the same. And Franklin Kane. All right. I think we're good. I think we are. Pray for a really, really good bit of training. That's what we need right now is some damn good training results. Toe is our highest rated player, the 91 overall, 6'7" quarterback. It's his team for the next year. Sizable matriarch, not too bad behind him. The running back situation's going to be okay. We're going to have some fast goddamn fullbacks. That's for sure. And we have some damn fast wide receivers. Beautiful. Tight end situations looking good as well. Chuck Wagon at an 86. The offensive line. It'll be interesting. Defensive line, some mid to high 80s. Linebackers, mid 80s. Corner situation looking as strong as it's looked in a while. A lot of depth at safety. I don't know if we'll be good enough to get promoted. I don't know. We only have to cut 4 people, which is great. Thought it would have to be a hell of a lot more than that. Did we have any rando walk-on players? Mr. Webster, good to see you as always. Big win for the Golden Knights tonight. All right, I don't think we have any walk-ons. So, holy frickin' redshirt juniors. We'll get rid of Franklin Kane because, I mean, whatever. It's fine. Guy was a -13. We moved him from secondary to linebacker. That's why. All right. Yeah, given that this guy is a 58 overall, sorry to one Tim Jones, but you are out of here. Are the Pokes? I mean, I'm hoping we're lining up for a good season, but you never know. Never know with this team. We'll move on from Drew Williams. One more guy left to cut. I mean, it might as well be Charles Doherty. Who's the lowest rated guy on the team? It's not a lineman. 72. Yeah, a couple of the 72s. Let's go for Charles Doherty. So we are down to 70. Not too bad. Nobody that I'm stressing over having to get rid of. The last thing that we do before we worry about new names for our players is to finalize promotion from the prior season. Let me just double check. Brought me way the hell over. Just double check that our skill tree set up the way that we want it to be, and yeah, we'll take the point off of that and put it on the points at the back end. So we officially have the recruitment aspect of our head coach totally maxed out because we're not too worried about the locks. So that is nice. Now it'll be a matter of trying to get the in-game upgrades going. We still have a god-awful defensive coordinator, but a maxed-out offensive coordinator, so we'll see how that works out for us. So let's do this. I'm going to disappear so nothing's held off the screen for a minute. In the Sun Belt, the lowest conference, Tier 11, Georgia State were promoted as champions. They will be taking Northwestern's spot, while the Indiana Hoosiers have also been relegated. They will be losing their spot to El Paso. So that, heading into 2030, is what the lowest conference looks like. The Sun Belt, poor Northwestern, and poor Indiana. Especially poor Northwestern. Indiana's been in that bottom tier before. So there's that. In the SEC, Kent State have been promoted as champions, as Mid-Tennessee State will be relegated. And so take it easy, by the way. Mid-Tennessee State relegated. Temple have also been relegated for USF. So that is Tier 10, the SEC. Shout out to ULM, who are still there. It's been like 3 years in a row now that ULM have survived. Thankfully. Thankfully. We love ULM. In the Pac-12, promoted as champions, South Alabama will be replacing Washington State, while East Carolina are down. I lied. Glad I caught that. South Alabama back for Washington State. To the Mountain West, it is Washington State down for Ohio, and South Alabama up for East Carolina. There we go. Almost screwed up our little formula there. You could argue it wouldn't even matter that much, and you're probably right, but that is what the brand new Tier 9 Pac-12 looks like heading into 2030. God help me, how the hell are we heading to 2030? It's also going to be a year that we rename the divisions as well, so look forward to that. In the Mountain West, James Madison promoted as champions, as they'll be taking over from Mississippi State, and Boston College have been relegated for the Troy Trojans. So that is your brand new Tier 8 Mountain West. Heading into 20 by God 30. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I feel bad for Boston College. We had such good times with them once upon a time. For the MAC, Fresno State promoted as champions, as they will be replacing Arizona State, and the Duke Blue Devils have been relegated for Memphis. So no UMass, but some sweet Maction. Tier 7 for those particular programs. Cody, shut the hell up. Did you literally not hear me 30 seconds ago say this is the year that we're renaming things? You're like, hey, you said we were going to rename things. Use your ears, my man. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. In Conference USA, promoted as champions, Wake Forest, as they will be replacing NC State, and BYU will be dropped for SMU. That is Conference USA, Tier 6. Tier number 6. Conference USA. Poor BYU. We had some absolute battles with them, and they just weren't in our league. For the Big Ten, promoted as champions, Navy, as they will be replacing Utah, and Ole Miss have been relegated for who else? Army. Frickin' Army and Navy, both promoted to tier number 4. The old Big 12. The old Big 12. Promoted as champions from the Big 12, the national title winners, the national champions, the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Iowa Hawkeyes, as they will be replacing Virginia Tech, and Pittsburgh has been relegated for Arkansas. That is the brand new Tier 4 The Big 12. The Big 12. The Big 12. So close to having Army, Navy, and Air Force all in the same tier, but it's not going to happen. Nebraska promoted as champions from the American, as they will be replacing the Louisville Cardinals. And the Sooners have been relegated for Air Force. That is your brand new third tier in the American Conference. Again, Nebraska and Air Force on the way up. Oklahoma and Louisville having been relegated. Tier 2, the ACC, promoted as champions Texas, as they move to the Superior 6 to replace Missouri. And the Florida Gators have been relegated for the Oregon Ducks. That is your look at the brand new ACC. Oh boy, meaning that we are in a division with Florida, Nebraska, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, and UCLA. As ridiculous as that is. Knucklehead, good to see you, by the way. How are you? And on the other side, it is Air Force. Fucking Air Force. Auburn, LSU, Michigan, Missouri, and dude, Air Force. They've done the same thing. We've been on the same battle path. Us and Air Force. How ridiculous is that? And again, the Superior 6, Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Texas, and USC. If fucking Air Force makes it to the Superior 6 before we do, I am going to be a salty Susan.